There's actually the first weapon that you get in the game is the mix of a baseball bat and a woman's pleasuring device.
I never finish.
Diamonds! We like Fortnite!
But dude, there's some weirdos on fucking Roblox. I'll tell you what.
What were you gonna ask about midgets though?
Yeah, do you think they count as like a whole person? There might be a Saudi prince that's worth $2 trillion because his oil company's worth $2 trillion.
Oh, is that the guy that emailed me
What?
asking for money?
Yeah.
Yeah, I gave him some, so that probably helped. You know what, dude? When I worked for my dad over the summers when I was in high school, sometimes I would work over 8-hour days.
I'm gonna call the cops.
I'm thinking about sacking him.
No, dude, you know what? I'm going to call this National Human Trafficking Hotline. No, there's a bunch of articles right here of people relaxing the child labor laws. They think that they should do that. So, I mean, we're not on the wrong track.
In reality, I mean, like, I think kids in high school should be working.
Oh, for
my
sure,
opinion.
dude. It teaches you a lot.
Not only that, but also like, yeah, like I had so many friends like during the summers I'd be working for my dad or something, and like I had friends that would like be playing games all day, and I felt like I was like losing, but really it's like because I was like, oh, they're doing the new Zombies map that came out and they're playing it, and I didn't get to experience it with them for the first time, but really I'm the one making money. I'm the one like getting that experience, and it felt so much better in the long run. I think kids should be working in high school. There's no reason they shouldn't be, especially over the summers. Like, what the fuck are kids doing? Unless they're involved in like a lot of like clubs or sports or something. But yeah, that's a little bit different.
I mean, I was involved in a decent amount of sports, and
time.
no, yeah, there's definitely still time. I would do summer recreation, which was like from like 8 a.m. to 12, and you'd play like basketball and stuff, which was fun. But then you'd also lift, which was important for playing football, wrestling, like everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But then, excuse me, I would work on the weekends and in the evenings. So it's not like there's like any real excuse for me not to. I know a lot of people that didn't, but I mean, I like it paid for like my gas money and stuff. Taught me how to budget a little bit. I'm still awful at budgeting.
Really?
I'm just learning now how to budget properly, I'd say. Yeah.
Or you mean like budget as in like simple stuff, like you go to the store and you're just like, all right, I need this.
I mean, like every paycheck I get, no matter how much my income increases, it seems like I have like
Same amount.
like a beer income on like a champagne.
Oh, like you're spending more than you actually make.
Yeah, exactly.
What are you buying, dude? Well, you go out. You go
I
out.
don't fucking
You go out a lot, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As of recently, no. But yeah, I mean, I was overdrafting like every fucking paycheck, dude, and I'm like making like a decent amount of money, and it's still happening. Not now, but it was for a while.
I try to set aside like part of my paycheck all the time. Every time I get a paycheck, I try to set aside, even if I have something big that I want to buy or a big purchase that I want to make. I like fuck it, too bad. And it's been working out for me in the past few years. So
I wish, and I learned it in high school, but I think a lot of people complain that they didn't learn budgeting. They didn't learn I guess like accounting in a whole. I took an accounting class in high school, which I'm glad I took, but I guess a lot of people don't.
Right.
So I think like what accounting teaches you is kind of like how to budget your money, how like, you know, if you have a car payment, how interest works, how I think most importantly, interest on payments work. Because like a lot of people are like, oh, I took out a $7,000 loan. I owe $7,000. It's like, no, you owe over the course of how many years you pay it off, blah, blah, blah. You know, there's so many things that go into it. I just don't think a lot of people understand that.
yeah, I think it's also important to know what credit is too. I feel like a lot of kids growing up, at least I didn't understand what credit meant, what it meant to have a high credit score, how to get a high credit score. Like I think they should teach that, but I took a finance class and I remember like most of it I feel like it is common sense, like what you should be like on the lookout for, but the math part of it, the actual math part of finance math is definitely needs to be taught. What do you got here?
So I looked up percent of people without savings. And nearly half of U.S. adults have less or no savings at all compared to like a year ago. So I guess it's doing worse because this was from a month ago exactly, February 23rd. So it seems like it's getting worse. But yeah, half of the U.S. adults have no savings. Could you imagine? And from what I believe I've heard, is that people that are 50, I believe 50% of people that are 50 or around that age, 50 to 60, yeah, don't have savings at all or very limited savings. That would be scary. You don't have...
You think today?
Yeah.
So you think that's like a... Like they weren't taught that at... like
I don't know. I feel like they were taught that. I feel like, if anything, they were taught that.
More than we were.
Yeah, because at least, you know, from like what I've heard growing up from family and family friends that were always older than me, is that they're like, oh, you need to budget. Oh, blah, blah, blah. And they were always like good. Like they lived a comfortable life.
Yeah.
So like I listened to them, right? And I mean, they seem to be still doing fine. So they talked about budgeting and stuff. But you got to think of like outside of like this little bubble that I grew up in, you know.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's completely different.
Right.
Even I'm sure I could go 10 miles down the road, and in that 10 miles, 50% of people probably don't have much savings even. I don't know. But yeah, in the little bubble I grew up in, everybody was super concerned about money.
I don't even think you don't even need a lot of money to like live a happy life either, in my opinion. I dated somebody who her family was like very, very like, I don't know, they lived in a nice house. They had a nice car. Everything seemed nice. They had a pet. They just had like a nice little area that they lived in. But they were always talking about how like oh, we need to save more. Like we want to like move out. Like I'm like, why? It's like you have a nice plate. Like what do you need? I think people are just constantly trying to progress. Like they always want to have more.
No, I totally understand that. I think to a certain extent I'm that way, but I also think a lot of the time I try to rein myself back in because I see even close family members doing it where they think the grass is greener on the other side. And it's just not. You know, I think there's like an equal balance, especially between like work and family life and all that shit. And I mean, I think right now though, I think it's like the time to work, if any time, is when I don't have I don't have a family. Like I have family, but I don't have a family. You know, like I'm not married.
Yeah.
I don't have kids or anything.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think there's like a equal thing. You think like if you stayed where you're at right now, you'd be happy. Like if you stayed working the job that you currently work, doing what you're doing. Say like you move out and everything like that. Sorry.
That's my whole okay, so in the event that stuff like this didn't take off, my art didn't take off. Yeah, I would be happy, especially if I had like some like a spouse. I'd be happy. That's all I really just want to like, just someone to be with, someone to experience things with. That's all I really care about. Sure, I might not have enough money to invest in like super luxurious vacations and stuff, which would be great, but do I really care about that? No. I mean, I never grew up with like I wasn't fortunate enough to grow up like going on super expensive vacations. I went on vacations, but they were always like, you know, like hotel stuff, but like get to experience like a part, say like Universal or Disney or something. Like we went to the parks, but then we would go to like a cheaper hotel. We don't need to be seeing like fish swimming below our feet as we're sleeping or some shit. Right. I mean, that's cool. Don't get me wrong. That'd be awesome. But would I still be happy? Yeah, I definitely. But yeah, I mean, naturally, obviously, I want more to take off. I want this to take off. I want to be not. It's not even for those things. It's more just, fuck, dude. What are we working for, man? Now I'm like thinking about it really. Like,
well, I think it's the natural progression of humans. We always want to see advancement, and I think it's beyond money. It's beyond even satisfaction. I think it's like, I don't know what exactly it is. In fact, like I think I'm still trying to find it. For me personally right now, I have XYZ goals that I think once I fulfill them will make me happier. Mm-hmm. One being getting out of debt. So ever since I started college, even a little bit before that, I was in debt. I mean, not just with college, but with credit cards as well. So I'm finally getting out of debt 6, 7, almost 8 years later. I think that is going to make me 25% happier, or at least less stressed.
Yeah. More because there's like checks off the boxes and stuff.
Right.
Like,
I think it'll be one less thing weighing on me.
do you think more stuff gets added over time though? I feel like that's how it works. Like every time
More expenses and
every
stuff?
time you cross something off of your list that you want to like these goals that you want to break,
Yeah.
something else gets added. Like another thing.
Yeah, yeah.
smaller.
Or like I want to make 10% more. You make that 10% more. I want to make 15% more.
Right.
Yeah. No. I totally think that's true, but I don't think that's a bad thing, because like I said, I think human progression is necessary, because like I always think like having goals is good, and I always think those goals move. I don't think there's an end until you die.
You know what? What comes to mind is like billionaires or multimillionaires or something. At what point do you not think that like you have enough money?
I've listened to a lot of billionaires on podcasts and stuff, and a lot of like multimillionaires. The multimillionaires that I've listened to always say, once I'm at that B, no. I know for a fucking fact you're going to get $1 billion and be like, well, now what? And then you're going to think of something else, and then you're going to move on. And then a billionaire, where do you go from there? I'm sorry, but I don't think there's ever been a trillionaire. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there has been.
I don't think there is.
I don't think there is, and I don't think... I'm sure eventually maybe there will
The
be.
first one who's going to be is probably going to be either Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos.
I don't know if they'll make it. I really don't. I think they have to create so much more shit.
Right.
Even if they combine their net worth, they're not
the
even
thing,
close
though.
to $1 trillion.
That's the thing. They're always trying
You know
more
what?
shit.
There might be a Saudi prince that's worth $2 trillion because his oil company's worth $2 trillion.
Yeah, but that's boring.
That doesn't count.
He doesn't own like a space,
No, he inherited it,
spaceship
from my
thing that
understanding.
lands. Oh, is that the guy that emailed me
What?
asking for money?
Yeah.
Yeah, I gave him some, so that probably helped. It's
Okay.
good. It's good to know that.
So,
yeah.
at least from Investopedia, who knows how fucking good that is, or how valid that is. Currently, no one has yet claimed trillionaire status. But it does mention, for some reason, Michael Bloomberg. Is he, like, rich or something? I didn't think he was that rich.
I don't even know who Michael Bloomberg is. Michael Bloomberg.
Former mayor of New York City.
Why is the former mayor of New York City rich?
Probably because he
94
has $94.5 billion.
Yeah.
So he's definitely like, I would say that's like top 10, right?
He's rich because he has 94 billion.
I mean, that's definitely rich, yes, for sure. But I don't know why he's mentioned there.
Yeah, but where did he get that money from though? Just being fucking political? Like how
Yeah,
does a
dude,
politician get that much money?
Probably embezzlement.
Right.
And I'm sure it's not all reported or anything
Dude,
like
anyone
that.
that high up, it's not all clean. Like
There's no way. There's absolutely no way, because even if you're completely clean, the people under you, you can't guarantee everybody's clean. There's
Yeah.
no way.
Yeah. No,
I would
definitely
love to talk about. I would love to talk to somebody who's like decently rich about like these things, or like political like that, and like have them on and be like, so like how clean? Like I would love to ask them those questions, because like there's no way you could look it up and be like, oh yeah, like this person's dirty, and like I don't even care for names, but like I want like a percentage almost.
Right.
Like, hey, how many people do you think? Although I don't think they'd answer it, because that would be like indicting themselves, you know?
Yeah. I mean, not including me.
Not including me, probably like 20%.
If I had to take
okay.
a wild guess, I'd say 26.5 because somebody stepped out and he was doing this.
And we have this fucking midget, so that makes one full person.
Jesus, man. Yeah,
Do you think like midgets like
I thought
count?
midgets was too far, but while you were gone, I said something about midget. I was gonna look up midget porn on your computer.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. What were you gonna ask about midgets though?
Yeah, do you think they count as like a whole person? Like in a census, like when it's taken like across like the United States? Do you think they count as half people?
In like what kind of survey? What do you mean? You mean like, or if we're just saying population, like
Yeah.
So here's 2 normal sized people, and then there's a midget.
Yeah, like here's Jimmy, Timmy, and there's Larry, and he's a midget. That's 2.5 people.
That's 3
Max.
people. That's 3 people, man.
Max,
I don't know.
2.5.
I
And
don't
it depends
know,
on the
man.
height too. That might be a quarter.
True. Yeah. Yeah, dude. Have you ever seen? Have you seen this video? Have you seen this video of this Asian midget dude? He looks like a fucking rotisserie chicken. He's like doing like karate and shit. Like, it's so fucking funny, dude. I mean, like, you know, and their self. What's the fucking word I'm looking for? Self. Like they understand themselves. Like they acknowledge themselves as it being kind of funny.
Like having self-awareness.
Self-aware. Yeah, they're self-aware. Yeah, they're
Okay.
self-aware of
Self-aware?
like being a small people is funny. Like,
Yeah,
it's
you have
funny
to
looking.
say, so I guess the terms quoted by Washington.edu, so it's an education, or, I mean, it's a university. Person of short stature, little person, and dwarf.
Yeah.
So that's the medical, okay, so the medical condition is dwarfism. I knew that. But those are the terms that I think we have to use.
No, I still say midget.
We can't say midget anymore.
Nah, midget. Dude, midget's it just works better.
So if you're 4'10" or shorter, you have
Maybe
a
dwarf.
disability and you should be collecting money.
Wait, is that a disability?
Yeah, it's a disability if you're 4'10" or shorter.
Short kings
No, that's awesome. I mean,
get paid for breathing.
it's what? I mean, I could see like under 4 foot, but like, don't you think like somebody like 4'6" and above would be able to like work normally? I don't see like that big of like an issue.
Wait,
right?
say 4'10" was the
4'10" and shorter is dwarfism.
I dated somebody who was only a little taller than 4'10".
Yeah, I've dated
4'10"
somebody
is-
who was like 5 foot, 4'11" or something. It's like
Yeah.
I don't think it's.
No, that's definitely not. Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. You're 4'10". Well, I mean, you still might have to work, but you'd be able to collect money from the government.
That's fucking cool, dude.
In fact, I believe my sister, who might be watching this, is 4'10".
Is a midget.
She's a dwarf. No, she's not. I mean, I think she's 4'11" now because I don't think she gets paid anymore. But comment down below if you've seen it to this point and
she's
you
4'10" for
actually
the
are
longest
4'10"
time.
still.
She's
I thought she was getting paid. I swear, people used to come here and like measure her to make sure like it was an actual disability.
Really?
And correct me if I'm wrong, because she's gonna see this.
Is this Molly?
Edit that out, John. Edit it out. Yeah.
Molly.
No, it is. And
She's our commenter. She's the one. She's commented on 2 of our videos.
did she? So she might see this. And
Right.
tell me if I'm wrong, but I swear when I was a kid, that's what was happening. Maybe I'm
She's
completely.
definitely not as cool as Christopher
She's-
Eric, though.
That's true. She
Christopher.
gets like super fucking pissed about it or something.
Dude, Christopher Eric. We just want to talk about something that he said because
I don't.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Okay, skip that.
No, we can talk about it.
Christopher Eric
We can bring it up.
brought up something very controversial. I'd say it's a controversial take. We did a little thing where we were like, is there a ball pit under there and at a trampoline? And so we did that voice, right?
Right. A child's voice.
Christopher Eric. This guy has the audacity to come in on our podcast with 23 fucking views, and he watches the whole thing.
But he doesn't know why.
He doesn't know why.
He doesn't know why the fuck he watched it, but he did. And apparently he's watched a few of them. So he might watch this one too.
Did he watch a few? Did he say that?
Yeah, he said, I don't know why I watched these, which would imply that he's watched more
I
than
think
one.
he said this. I don't know why I watched this.
No, I think he said these. I don't know why I watched these as in the series.
With a name like Christopher Eric, do you think he's foreign or do you think he's just bad at grammar?
I think it's a bot account.
No fucking way.
No, like I think it's a real person, but I don't think his name's Christopher Eric.
Right, he's just like, his name.
Because there's no profile picture.
His
In
name's-
2023, if you don't have a profile picture, you're either ugly or you're mentally impaired.
Or you just don't, is there really a reason to use, well, if you comment on shit. If you comment on shit, yeah, fucking get a profile picture.
Well,
but if you don't
people
comment, who cares?
I think the reason people don't put a profile picture is because they're like, I'm going to say shit that probably isn't correct. Politically, it isn't correct socially, and I shouldn't be saying it. So I'm not going to put a profile picture. But
So-
this motherfucker right here puts a profile picture, me, and I still comment whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah. Yeah, actually it's just zoomed in on your face, too. And also you have your, like, all of your information, your personal information in your...
If they want to hit me up, they can.
Yeah, and they never do because they're like, this guy's ballsy.
This guy's ballsy, and his name's not Christopher Eric.
Yeah, I hate Christopher Erics. Anybody whose name's Christopher Eric, get out.
I actually really like them, and I hope they continue to watch all of our podcasts.
Yeah, please stay.
Please stay. You're one of
Anyways.
23.
Christopher Eric said that it skews offensive, that voice that we did.
It was something else, right? Wasn't it?
The other
Skews
comment,
insensitivity.
skews insensitive. Right.
Oh, skews insensitive. Right. Okay.
Skews insensitive,
Okay.
which It's not true because you know why? You know what? Because the voice that we were doing wasn't reflecting any people of what's the
Mental impaired.
politically correct mentally impaired. It wasn't doing that. We were talking about kids. That's how kids talk.
That's how babies talk.
Babies
little
talk like
little
that.
toddlers.
They talk like this, and then they don't know how to just say the other words. So sometimes they put other words in between other words.
I mean, we're
whenever
pretty
they
much
don't.
just talking like Scottish people, if anything.
I don't think so.
I do.
So you
maybe
think,
maybe like a do
do you know what Scottish sounds like?
definitely like that. What do they speak in
sounds,
Finland?
It sounds a little bit like this.
What do they speak in Finland?
Finnish?
Yeah. It sounds like that maybe.
I don't know what Finnish.
Finnish and
sounds like.
Swedish. Yeah, I think Finnish 87%. Yeah, okay. 70% of them speak English though, which is impressive for another country.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I would never be Finnish.
I never finish.
Really, just edge the entire time. That's why they call you the edge, living on the edge.
I always live.
Children yearn for living on the edge.
Okay,
Yeah,
we could say that. We could.
we definitely can. Yeah, and nothing's gonna happen.
What's happening over in Finland?
Probably.
Oh, there's
like,
concern over the national language actually over there. For the Helsinki Times, if you're wondering.
they speak English. We looked this up before.
Concerns over the status of national languages. Well,
Wait.
that's unfortunate.
Say that title. That first word. Say that word. I want to hear you say it.
I could never say
I want
that.
to say it. I want to hear you say it.
Kilovakaloni. Coney. I don't fucking
That's
know,
probably
dude.
right. It's
Couldn't
probably
say
right.
that.
Jeez, you're so smart. Such a smart guy.
I could say Helsinki.
Oh, such a smart thing to say. You're so fucking
I like
smart.
how most of my searches from today, children's rights. Is a midget a full person?
I didn't know you looked that up.
Yeah. So I'm going to have to erase my search history after this one.
Yeah, go incognito for the next ones.
True. I'm going to have to. Pause.
Where did that children yearn for the mines thing first come from? Was that
I
about,
have no fucking
that was
idea.
about Minecraft?
I think it was about
wasn't
Minecraft,
it?
yeah. But whoever made that up is pretty fucking funny.
Children yearn for the mines.
Dude, I was watching the other day, and we've talked about this before, but I really watched all these videos, speaking of mines, but it was caves, like cave diving.
Okay.
Dude, these motherfuckers. It wasn't like the original caves that I saw in these first videos that I was speaking about, where they were getting wedged this way, where maybe they could get pulled out somehow. They were going through they're going through tight holes and shit. Oh, dude, wiggling like this to move.
Oh, fuck that.
Just their shoulders to move.
Fuck that,
Dude, I was like, fuck, dude. I've been in caves, right? But
Right.
I've never been in a point where I couldn't at least walk crouched.
And it's
I don't think I'd go past that. Why?
what's on the other side?
They were trying. So their whole goal was to find places that were never touched by man.
They just wanted to be the first.
They
just for
wanted to
bragging
be.
rights.
I don't know if it's bragging rights. I don't know if it's I don't know what it. I think they just wanted to experience it, and it was a father and a son, and the son was 14, and I'm like, dude, I would not bring my
Oh, fuck
14-year-old
that.
son down.
And he was doing it willingly. He was like, "Oh, I can't wait, Dad. This
It
is
almost,
so
dude,
fun."
it almost looked like he wasn't. I think honestly, I think he was trying to impress his dad because the whole time he's like, I'm really terrified. But there's so many videos of him doing it that I just think he was doing it to impress his dad.
Maybe, yeah.
I don't think he'll follow through with it after he moves out or anything like that. He'll probably stop, or he'll die, or they'll die. It was called Hellhole, so it's a really hard dive, I guess.
Damn.
And I mean, they did it. They went further apparently than anybody else. I watched them all, dude, and I was laying on my couch, and I was like, "Holy fuck!" I went to a whole different part of my mind on my couch, and I'm like, I don't know if this is healthy, but this is crazy.
Yeah. That sounds like so much fucking stress. You think it was the father that brought it on his kid was like, "Hey, if you want to be like me, do this or whatever." Or you think the kid was just like, I just want to impress Dad, just out of nowhere, just was like,
I think
can't be out of nowhere, I guess.
It might have been a little bit of both, where he's his dad was definitely doing it. His dad was experienced, and they talked about that. Mm-hmm. So he might have saw his dad from a young age doing it, and he's like, "Oh, I want to be like my dad." But then maybe it got to a point where it's I want to impress my dad and go further, because he was going into spots his dad couldn't fit.
Right.
He's like, "Yeah, I'm a little too wide for this. We're gonna have him slide down there."
So now
He was sliding down head first with his arms like this, and like so he didn't hit his head. He was like spreading his legs just like slightly.
dude, what do you do in the event that like there's nothing on the other side? It's just dead end.
Oh, like you hit into a wall or something?
Yeah.
You crawl backwards, I guess, if you can. You shimmy backwards.
Jesus, fuck. Yeah, that's so stressful.
Dude, it's terrifying.
No.
Absolutely
I could never do something like that. I think the most I would do is spelunk.
Splunking?
Yeah.
I was talking about it today. Dude, why
be
the
fun.
first thing that comes up for cave diving is scuba divers? Like, that would be more fun.
Because underwater caves, that would be cool. Have you seen
that
those
would be
pictures
way
of-
cooler.
There's this, like, this picture of it was like a giant, like, I want to say it probably used to be on land. Like, it used to be a land formation, but then it got covered by the ocean over centuries and shit. But it was just like people would go down inside of it, and it's just like, it's like a whole nother land. It's like a city, like an underground city. And it's crazy.
I think that's what, like, drives these people to do this. Is, like, just how cool it looks and shit.
Maybe discovering something. Maybe being
Discovery.
That next. Oh yeah, they got that like Indiana Jones fetish.
Look, dude, there's a kid yearning for the fucking mind. Right here. Or the mind.
The mind.
The mind. See? He's right here.
That's a kid, yeah.
But yeah, dude, I got to show you like a picture of like what the fuck I was seeing because these all look like little baby shit compared to what I was watching.
Yeah. No, I get
This is what it looked like, and I think that might be the kid. It was like a hole like this big. No, it looks like he's almost sitting there. He was stuck, dude. And don't get me wrong, caves are fucking cool. Not
Yeah.
to the point where you have to crawl through by shimmying your shoulders.
I think it would be cool to discover like a cave full of crystals and shit and like gems, and you're like,
That's
whoa.
what they found. They eventually found that, yeah, because they were shining their light through one, and they're like, oh, as you can see, like you
Glitters.
can, yeah, and you could see through it and
That's
stuff.
cool.
It wasn't cool enough
Not cool enough. Yeah.
because now I saw it on video, and I'll never have to go there.
Right. No, it's cool for us.
Send a
though.
fucking
That's what I'm saying.
camera,
It's cool
dude.
for us, not for them.
Yeah,
Dude, yeah. But like, imagine to find like this like. I don't think gems and crystals look how we imagine them. So they probably like blend in with the like terrain a lot more than we think. But like imagine just seeing like just these like bright shiny like crystals just hanging off walls, and you're like, dude, this was worth it because now I can sell this shit or whatever.
so it's not good enough that you just saw it. You have to like take it out and sell it.
What are you gonna keep it there, dude? You went all through that effort, and how are you gonna get it out too? You'd have to like funnel it through some sort of like hand by hand system, like pass it on and like just go up the hole or the crack or whatever.
Dude, I have the perfect idea.
What's up?
Children.
Because they yearn
They're
for minds.
and they're small enough, and they'd be able to hand it off probably better than I would. I don't think I'd fit in a cave.
Yeah. So what would happen is you call the kids over, and they'd be like, "Diamonds, we like Fortnite," and then they'd be like,
Oh, so they're doing the owl dance
Yeah,
too while they're doing it? Okay. Oh,
"Orange
dude.
Justice."
That was good.
Yeah, think so?
Yeah. You should sell that.
You
You should sell that to Fortnite. I've never seen that.
really?
Yeah.
Epic.
You could be
Hit me up.
Yeah, dude, you could be like one of those
Epic's in a lawsuit,
dancers.
aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah, but I think they pay like $15 out or some shit. That sucks.
Yeah, whatever. Epic. Epic. More.
So I
like
made a bunch of bot accounts, dude, for the payout. I made 3,000 bot accounts, so
Oh.
3,000 times 15, it's at least $20.
You probably have to have some sort of like proof of like time, and they'd
Proof
be
of
like,
purchase or some shit.
"Huh, these accounts were all made today." That's
The day of the lawsuit. That's very interesting.
here's all the money.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's sick.
Did you actually look into that though? Did you get anything for it?
I didn't look
I
into
didn't
it.
give a fuck,
I looked into the TikTok one. I got a $30 check.
dude. I
was worth it.
willingly spent money on skins for Fortnite. I mean, they deserve the fucking money. I mean,
Yeah, I don't know why. I think it's because kids were using like their parents' credit cards, but like regardless, it doesn't ensue a lawsuit. I don't think. I mean, apparently it does. It went through.
I mean, how do you get around that? Like, how do you? I mean, kids are smart. Kids can figure out how to get their.
They had enough knowledge to take their parents' card, put in the numbers, put in the expiration date, put all that
Yeah,
shit in.
what
and
do you
buy
do
it.
to bypass that? Like, you have to have fucking Face ID to buy a skin on Fortnite now?
I don't know. No, definitely not Face ID, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe like an authentication code. But that's up to the
yeah.
card owner, dude. So that has to do with the bank. Fortnite can't do that.
Yeah.
Well, they might be able to, but then you could just use your phone number. Yeah, there's no way around it for Fortnite. No, they're done.
Fortnite's definitely not done. I think.
No. They're done with that lawsuit. Like it's going to go
Right.
through. It is.
But I was thinking about this earlier. I think Fortnite and Minecraft are two things that will live on forever. I don't see them ever stopping because they're pretty much the epitome of both of their genres of what they are. Like we were talking about how kids yearn for the mines and making a joke about that, but straight up, that's like the perfect game for kids because they can build infinitely, they can explore infinitely, and like there's always going to be stuff added to it. And it's the graphics are, I mean, you can't. You don't top it. Like it's not like super realistic or anything, so you don't have to like update the graphics.
Right.
And kids are always going to be like they're going to levitate towards that, like colors and blocks, and it's simple. It's a simple thing to learn. In Fortnite, same thing. Super colorful, vibrant. Everything's cartoony, and like maybe the graphics will have an overhaul, but I think it's always going to live on. I don't think it's ever going to go away.
So it looks like Minecraft because I was looking up when it was made. So, well, actually, it looks like Minecraft 3D is an old version of Minecraft released on April 1st, 1994. So, it originally says the Java edition was early May 2009. That's realistic to me. The initial release date of actual Minecraft that we know today was 2011.
Yeah.
But the 1994 is from fandom.com, which
Java
is usually decent.
Java's the PC version. That's what that is.
Yeah, which
2011 is
was
whenever,
2009.
Yeah, and 2011 is whenever the PS3 and Xbox 360 had it come out. I think Xbox 360 had it first.
It says Roblox. Roblox is old. Roblox is one of those games, apparently. My fucking nieces play that shit.
Do people still play that?
Yeah, my nieces play it, and they're... But, there's some weirdos on fucking Roblox. I'll tell you what. Because you can comment on that shit, and seeing some, like, the comments people write on that, I was, like, watching, like, my niece play, and they were, like... writing, it was definitely like an adult or at least like a teenager writing some weird sexual shit. And I was like, what are you on? You are 4 or 5 years old and you're looking at like this shit. Like, that's awful.
I think, yeah, and doesn't the rating company have to account for that too? Like online interactions too? Like, because Roblox can't be E.
Rated?
Just for the
There's
fact
no
that,
way. It has to be 13 plus, I imagine.
Yeah. Like teenage, yeah.
But dude, I mean, rating doesn't matter. The only rating that matters is like buying Call of Duty from Walmart.
Yeah, I grew up not being able to play M games, but I think nowadays I don't think parents give a shit about like ratings anymore.
I don't think so.
It's whatever's popular. Like, oh, you want that? Okay, sure.
But now you can get around it because most people aren't going to the store to buy these games anymore. You can buy them online or like through like a PC, through a PS4 or anything or 5 or whatever. But you can also like yesterday when the last time I bought a game that was like M-rated or whatever the fuck, it's like, hey, put in your birth date. I put in 1982.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay. Like, it doesn't, they don't care.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, I could be 2 and fucking playing Call of Duty.
Yeah. You know, I bought, I remember when I was a kid, I have so many stories like that start with that sentence. I remember when I was a kid.
Dude, honestly, I don't remember when I was a kid.
You don't?
No.
Just forget?
No, I don't think it's a forget. I think it's more of like a trauma-based response.
Because that's why when we talk about Minecraft, it upsets you because you yearn for the mines, but you don't want to remember that.
I never played Minecraft.
Never.
I don't think even once.
Maybe try it out sometime, dude. I don't know. There's a reason. It'll make you yearn for the mines.
Yeah, right. What were you going to say? Let's hear about your childhood.
I bought Saints Row 3 at GameStop. I went to the GameStop with my mom, and at the time we weren't allowed M games. But if I convinced her it's just like basic stuff. Like I was allowed to play Call of Duty because it was just like, yeah, there was killing in it, but like there wasn't no gore. It was just blood and like it's like whatever, little squibs that shoot out. But for the most part, it was pretty tame. So I was allowed to play that, and I tried to convince her that it was like Saints Row 3 is just like Call of Duty. Which, if you know anything about Saints Row 3, Saints Row in general makes very like comical. Everything about Saints Row is very like it's like GTA, but like fucking really cartoony. And one of the weapons that you get in the game is a dildo bat, just a dildo on a baseball bat, and then you could whack people with a dildo. And I thought that was hilarious because I played it at my friend's house. And
okay.
Yeah, the Penetrator is what it's
Holy
called.
Fuck.
It's called the Penetrator.
Unlock the Penetrator dildo bat.
Yeah.
Okay.
And whenever I took the game up, I convinced my mom, I took the game up to the counter.
Somebody made a replica, by the way.
Oh man.
Okay, go on.
I took the game up to the counter with my mom, and the nerdy fucking piece of shit cashier was just like,
Well, something you should know about Saints Row the Third is that there's actually the first weapon that you get in the game is the mix of a baseball bat and a woman's pleasuring device.
and my mom's like, okay, now you're not allowed to get it. I was like, fuck, come on, man, what the fuck?
Why do they care?
Dude, I was like, why, dude?
Did
Like,
they
fucking
have
help
to-
a brother
like,
out, dude. Like,
yeah.
I just want to play some Saints Row with my friends.
It's like, yeah, obviously you fucking knew that.
yeah. Yeah, and I was sitting there like, I was like, don't fucking say it, man. He's just like,
Yeah.
Woman's pleasuring device.
Yeah, dude, I remember I bought Call of Duty at Walmart, and they like told my mom, "Hey, there's like blood, blah blah blah, whatever the fuck. Like,
Yeah.
are you buying it for him?" And they're like, "She's like, yeah," and they're like, "Oh, I can't sell this to you."
what the fuck?
Legitimately, that's what
I've never
happened.
seen that.
And then she's like, "What are you talking about? Like, I'm buying it for me. Like, here's my ID." Because she's pissed. She doesn't take that shit. I remember, dude, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And then they were like, "Oh, okay."
just
I was
say,
like,
just say for me,
"What?"
and that's it.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
remember-
they can't not sell you something.
Well, the whole doesn't it say in the rating system that like
It says
with
17 plus.
parent
Yeah.
advisory?
Yeah. I think it might. I don't know.
So, like-
but this game specifically said 17 plus. I remember. So I don't know if she's like, yeah, I'm buying it for him or something. And they're like, this says 17 plus. You can't get this.
Right.
So I don't know. Like back then, I don't know, dude. And it's a Walmart cashier, which apparently doesn't exist today.
Yeah.
It's only fucking the self checkouts and shit. Which honestly I prefer, but
I remember thinking 17 was so old. Like I was like, man, that's like an adult. That's like a big person.
dude, 17-year-olds are so stupid.
yeah. Oh, for
There's
sure.
no way I'd ever think they're an adult. But yeah, back then, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, looking back at like what a 17-year-old is now comparatively, yeah. But like when I was a kid, I was just like 17. Oh my, I can't wait for I'm to be a big boy. Then I get to play Gears of War. That's awesome.
Then you turn 17, and then you don't play any Gears of War, and then they send you off to war, and then that's about it, man.
Sorry.
Do you
I had
remember
a
War?
episode? Yeah, a little bit.
That's so fucked up.
yeah.
That's actually so fucked up.